Patient lie on his back. Okay, supine position. Now let's assume the
Yung balod naman ko perhaps.
what's the next position? Okay. Semi-supine position is you'll just have to elevate one side of the body. Okay, that's semi-supine. So, you're just elevating either side of the body, no? Elevate lang kamay, no? From the supine position. So, semi-supine. Look at the position of the knee, shoulder, and the other arm. Okay? Semi-supine. Next is, what's next? Side lateral. So, it could be right lateral or the left lateral position. So, side lying position or the side lateral position. Alright, so this is the right or left lateral position?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Okay, this is the right lateral position. So if you do the opposite side, that's the left lateral position. So this is side lying position. Klaro na ang difference ha? Is semi-supine o may side lying position. Patient lying on his or her side. Okay? Next, what's the next position? Semi-prone. Now, if it's the semi-prone position, guys, okay, so this is now your semi-prone position. So as you can see, wala yun na completely naka-lie flat si patient. Diba? Hindi siya completely na naka-prone. Semi-prone. Elevated still on one side of the body. Okay? Mura na siya o opposite ni semi-supine. Okay? Si semi-prone. So look at ha, semi-prone. Kaya prone, tulog yun siya. Okay, now, next. Sitting position, Fowler's position. Klaro na sa tayo kung inclusive. So, beds nowadays, no, pwede na ma-adjust ang pwede naman, so, Fowler's position, full Fowler's position is nakasit si patient 90 degrees. Bent ang hips. Okay? So, this is the full Fowler's. If you don't have high-tech ang imuhang bed, then we can always put pillows. So you can also put a pillow at the side, both sides, no, and then put a pillow. So later, I will be showing what are those parts of the body that we need to support in order to prevent pressure sore and muscle contraction. So, di ba, complications of improper positioning and immobility, that's pressure sore and muscle contracture. Okay. So, naklaro ra? So, this is full fowlers, guys. If you will do semi-fowlers, so si semi-fowlers, guys, okay. Okay ha? So, semi-fowlers, if you say semi-fowlers, probably 35 to 45 degrees. No? Naka-flex na. Naka-elevate ang iyang back. While si full fowlers, that's 65 to 90 degrees. Full fowlers na siya. So, naka-elevate. So, kung ana lang, let's say 45 degrees, semi-fowlers. If nabot na siya sa 65 to 90, that's full fowlers na siya. Second position. Okay. Sige, balik tayo sa now, you have there on your book the areas prone to pressure sore. So that's the reason why I want you to memorize. Okay, now here. Take note, guys. The pillow sa inyong bed, no, there should be a distance from the headboard. So, pila makaka-inches na distance? Look at your notes. Pila ka-inches ang distance from the headboard sa inyong pillow? At least 2 to 3 inches distance. Dili pwede idikit sa headboard ang pillow. Why? What's the rationale? Why do you think? Maparok ko niya na siya in case na ay mga unnecessary movements si patient. Or barong niya mabangkid na hinuon na ang iyang scalp. Okay? So that will help prevent injuring the head. So there should be a distance of 2 to 3 inches. Now, for the pillow should be able to accommodate the head of the patient and the upper third of the shoulder. Okay. Ana dapat ang posisyon sa inyong pasyente kung nakahiga. Look at the shoulder. Okay? So the shoulder and the head must be protected by the pillow, is supported by the pillow. Guys, only the PRO will take the video. PRO man si sir, no? So the rest, si PRO na ang bahala ha sa video, si PRO na ang share sa GC. Okay. Sige, tanawa. Now, on the supine position, nga naman, what are those bony prominences that is supported by the pillow in this position? Occiput, back portion of the head. Yes. Where else? Acromial process of the ulna, which is the acromial region, tip of the shoulder. Unsa pa? Unsa nga bukong sa likod? Cervical. Scapula. So which part of the scapula? Spinous process. No, that's a bony prominence. Kanang mahikapan. Kung tambog, hindi ka kahika. Kung niwang, makita ninyo manaibutog diri no sa likod na ma-feel. That is actually the spine, no? Spine of the scapula. So, mo na siya. Prominent. So, it is protected by the pillow. So, dapat mo na yung position sa pillow. Dili pwedeng ang ulo ra ang supported by the pillow. Okay? Now, moving on. So, that's for the head. Now, put a support the arm. We have a towel. So assuming this is a footboard. Okay? Assuming na lang because we don't have that. So sa ating nga position guys. So in the supine position, we are now protecting the different bony prominences of the body. So let's start. Malaman ka sa shoulder, no? Now let's move down here sa arm. So what are now the bony prominences we are protecting? This part here. This is what you call the olecranon process of the ulna. I am now talking about bony prominences. I'm not talking about the region. Okay? So I will now be specific with the bony prominences. This part here, this is prone to pressure sore. This is a bony prominence. This is what we call the olecranon process, which is part of your ulna. Okay? Olecranon process. Now here, either side of the elbow region. Lateral side, this bone here, ma-feel na ninyo? It's the lateral epicondyle. Medial side, that's the medial epicondyle. Okay? That's for the elbow. Now moving on here sa wrist. This bone here, this is what we call the ulnar styloid process. Ulnar styloid process. Okay? Now, there. Sa supine position, pirmi jud na kaigo sa pressure sore ang buttocks mo. Diba? The muscle, what muscle? Gluteus maximus. Okay. So, pirmi na siya kaigo. Now, if the elderly is so thin, usually it's the spine sa imong vertebral column. Nakaigo yapon na siya. Prone to pressure sore yapon na siya. Moving down. Sama ato ang iprotektahan din dapito. What muscle? Lower extremity. Sama nga leg muscle, the posterior part. Gastrocnemius ni mga muscle. Okay? Now, let's talk about here. There is a bone on your ankle, medial and lateral side. That is what we call the medial and the lateral malleolus. This one. Question, is this prone to pressure sore on the supine position? Yes or no? No. Hindi na siya. Ano na siya skillet? Hindi na siya prone to pressure sore. When we talk of pressure sore, what's the main cause of pressure sore? Friction. Meaning due to frequent rubbing, no, sa surface, it would produce friction. And friction produces what? Heat. What does heat do to the skin? So may mahitabo sa skin if init. And then frequent rubbing. It could lead to what? Rashes, redness, no? Magkuha na siya, muhumok mo doon ang panit, guys. Kung kung init na siya. Okay, there's friction. So mo na siya nga kuha. So ano ang position? The lateral and the medial malleolus is not so affected. But the heel bone or your calcaneus is. Heel bone. Okay? Especially the posterior portion. Right? Now, the toes is also prone to pressure sore. Why? Explain ko na. If the patient has a blanket, usually, so mag-grab na ang iyong toes sa blanket. Especially, di ba, sa bed making nato, kung sa ganito yung atong buhaton to give that space for the feet to move. For those who are done with fundamentals, what do we do to the top sheet? What do you call that? It's a toe clip. No? You put a clip sa imuhang top sheet to give space for the feet to move. Dili siya mag-rub sa sheets. Okay? So, muna siya. So, the toes are also prone to pressure sore. Now, on the hip side. So, the hips, guys, must be supported by a trochanter rod. A trochanter rod looks like this. For a bolster pillow for baby stuff. ano ang mubo ng moral bolster pillow. Kung nakatulog pillow ka, ang mubo. Oh. So, usually, they would put it here at the side. Ano na. Now, nga naman, it is actually supporting the greater trochanter of your hip. Greater trochanter. Later, I will get the skeleton para makita ninyo ha. So, there's a bone here sa inyong hips. Dapat kabalo mo sa difference ni hips o ni waist. This is your waist. This is your hips. Ha? So, malihan na nimo nga muna yung hips kay pwede mo sa imong hakuan na dire ang joint nimo. Wala man sito ang joint nimo dire. Ano? Grabe na dapat yung bubog ang kapita. So, maka-ostrich. Kaasra sa kaayo. No? Mga kuan. So, diri ra yun na. Pag-asa naman sa imong piil. So, diri ra. So, this bone here, na ma-feel ninyo, kanang hilig o bikini na puti-putan nyo yung napita, isayin ninyo sa naibutog yan napita. That's the greater trochanter. Okay? So, dire. So, we will be supporting the greater trochanter. We need to support the hips. Why? Because tendency sa mga elderly, kung dugay sila nakahigda, muana na ilang tiil. That's the external rotation of the hips. We don't want that to happen because that could lead to contracture. Okay? Ang kabantay mo bang tiguang nga nakaana pirmi sa igdaanan. So dapat ang posisyon sa tiil-ana yun na siya neutral position. Pero kay di pasagdahan man wala gitarong og posisyon, tendency is name rotate. So gipasagdahan ra ana. Pagpabalog nimo sa tiguang gaana kalakaw. Contracture. External rotation of the hips. We don't want that. So dapat na ay support si hips. Ana na siya firme. And then, ang tiil, kung sa ito support na to sa tiil, sa ito support na to sa tiil. Footboard. 90 degrees dapat. Dorsiflex ang imuhang tiil. Nga naman, why do we need to maintain this? Because tendency, if wala kay support sa tiil, foot drop. Mag-foot drop na siya. So once maanad na siya, mag-contract na siya, mag-contracture na siya diha. So ipaparong mo ni Lola, nag-pinto na. Okay? So, hindi kaya kung tagustuhan na. So dapat maintain 90 degrees dorsiflex. That's why you need it. The foot needs to be supported by a foot roll. Or any pillow. Ako hindi lang maka-maintain sa position sa heel. Okay? So, that's for your supine position. So here on the lower extremity, make sure if you'll be putting a pillow, it is able to support the upper, at least 2 inches above the popliteal region, the back portion of the knee. And kanina bang back portion of the knee, the skin is very thin. It's very soft. Okay? Kung magkakuan na diha, ang palinto na diha, napita pirme. Okay? So once it's wet, and then mag-wrap pa yun sa sheets, pwede sa na siya magka-pressure sore. Okay? So, supine position. Okay? Though take note of the support. Kung asa ko gabutang og support ha in the supine position. Now let's move on to the what's the next? Okay, semi-supine. Okay. Anawa ha sa semi-supine. Okay. What do you think are the areas prone to pressure sore on the semi-supine position? By the way guys, ang patella ninyo is not prone to pressure sore in the supine position. We have bony prominences at the lateral side of the patella, lateral and medial side. Kung sa elbow joint is the medial and lateral epicondyle, sa knee is the medial and lateral condyle. Okay? Epicondyle sa elbow, condyle sa knee. Okay, so tanawa na ang position. What do you think are the areas prone to pressure sore on that position? Let's start with the head. Head. Sige, start to mong Charina. Areas prone to pressure sore in this position, starting from the head. hernia prone to pressure sore. Give me one. Head wrap. What do you call that? What bone is that? Bone. What's the name of the bone? Mandible. Next, Sir Jim. Another bony prominence affected in this position. Give me a bone. Nung si ma'am nga mandible daw. Pwede. Mandible. Yes. What else? Sa nga bone, sir. Ang prone to pressure sore. Saan ang position? Start to the head. This is your frontal bone. It's not prone to pressure sore. Okay. You have your zygomatic bone or your cheekbones. Kani, pwede ba? About your ears. Pwede.
Pwede.
Ano ba, anak? Move down. Next. Albina. Areas prone to pressure sore in that position.
Side lang sa head.
Mm. What's that? Chromium what? Gold. What's the gold? Ako lang mention kanina. Were you listening? What's the name? Acromion process of the scapula. Next. Sam. Give me another bone that is prone to pressure sore. Go on direct. Guys. Acromion process is the last bone mentioned. I want to move down. Mana? Were you listening, Sam? I'm not listening. Sure. Sige, next. Yung nag-anak. Sundan pa mo kanina. You were not listening. We're done with the head. We're actually done with the head. We already started with the shoulder. Move down. Elbow. What do you call that? Sit down. Tabo. Ha? What? Clavicle? Where is your clavicle? Can you point to me your clavicle? Bro, where's your clavicle? What's your collarbone? Is it prone to pressure sore? Your collarbone? No. Where else? Elbow. Where's your elbow? Okay, what's that? I mentioned that earlier. Mao pa nga ni pag-mention ako. What's the name? Olecranon process of which bone? Ulna. Part of your ulna. Where else? Sir Philip. Supine. Which parts are rib? Anterior, posterior. Your ribs naman na siya dire. Ana. Which part of the rib? The anterior part or the posterior part? Posterior part of the rib. Okay. Sige. Jubilin. Asa pa? Arm.
Arms.
We're done with the abdominal process. Move down.
Sa humerus or radius.
We're done with the abdominal process. Tanawa ang position sa pasyente, guys.
Sa pelvic.
Dire. Kanino sakta?
Ano sa
Tapos pelvic.
humerus o humerus. Radius.
We're talking about bony prominences.
And Buddha.
Ano really prone to pressure sore nga, yung ka nga, di man na bony prominence ang humerus. When you say prominence, guys, that part of the bone nga na ay mga
Bony part or something.
murang mukhang ba? Mura siya po, muro. Oh, those are prominences. So sa kanin, ni-mention na to, sa wrist part, Jubilee, what do you call that?
Ulnar styloid process.
Ulnar
Styling.
styloid process. Okay, next. Batak. Move down.
Vertebral column.
Which part? Of the vertebral column.
Posterior.
Spinous process. Felicity. Move down. Which part? There are 3 parts of your pelvic bone. What are those parts? Give me the 3 parts of your pelvic bone. Ha? Where's your ilium?
Upper part.
So be specific. Which part of the pelvic bone? Ischio, so why position? Ischio and prone to pressure sore. Are you sure? Huh? Ilium. Are you sure? The ilium is the widest part. Are you sure it's prone to pressure sore? It's covered by your, it's protected by your gluteus maximus.